Have you ever pondered about the unpredictable dance of fortune and luck? It's a symphony that plays out in the lives of countless souls, a melody that's as capricious as the wind. Our tale begins in the heart of India, in a village where the sun paints the world in hues of red and gold. Here, we meet our protagonist, a young lad with dreams larger than life, yet bound by the shackles of reality. His days are filled with the grit and grime of hard work, his hands worn from the relentless toil. But his spirit remains unbroken, his heart brimming with hope, his mind teeming with dreams. His name is Ravi, a name as common as the pebbles strewn along the riverbanks, yet within him lies a uniqueness, a spark waiting to be ignited. His world is one of simplicity, of earthy hues and rustic charm, of modest meals and worn-out clothes. Yet, he carries himself with a grace that belies his circumstance, a twinkle in his eyes that defies his hardships. Life, as we know, is a game of snakes and ladders. Some climb ladders of opportunity, while others slide down the snakes of misfortune. So far, our young friend Ravi has had his fair share of snakes. Despite the sweat on his brow and the calluses on his hands, fortune has been an elusive dancer, always a step out of reach. But here's the thing about luck. It's unpredictable, untamed. It doesn't favor the rich or the poor, the strong or the weak. It's a whimsical mistress that shows up unannounced, often when least expected. And so, while Ravi's tale so far has been one of struggle and hardship, the melody of his life was about to change. But as they say, Kismat kabhi bhi palat sakti hai, which means fortune can turn at any moment. Little did our young hero know, his life was about to change. Can you imagine how a simple encounter can alter the course of your life? In the heart of Mumbai, where the air is filled with the fragrance of spices and the sound of bustling streets, our young hero, a boy of barely 15, made a living by shining shoes. He was polished in his work, just as the shoes he shined, but was yet to polish his own destiny. One sweltering afternoon, while the boy was wiping the sweat off his brow, an old man ambled up to him. Dressed in simple clothes that belied his immense wealth, the old man had a twinkle in his eye that hinted at a life full of experiences and stories. He asked the boy, "Beta, can you shine my shoes?" His voice was deep, resonant, a symphony of wisdom and humor. The boy, always ready for a good conversation and a job, got to work. As he brushed and polished the old man's shoes, they started to chat. Their conversation meandered through the streets of Mumbai, soared with the kites in the sky, and dived into the depths of the Arabian Sea. The boy, with his sharp wit and street-smart intellect, matched the old man's wisdom with his humor. "Sir, your shoes are as worn out as the roads of Mumbai," he quipped. The old man chuckled. "Well, lad, both have seen better days, but they still carry the weight of the world." The conversation flowed like the monsoon rains, drenching them both in laughter and wisdom. The old man, seeing the spark in the boy's eyes, saw potential he hadn't seen in a long while. As the old man left, he gifted the boy a box, saying, "This might change your life, my lad," leaving our hero puzzled and intrigued. The boy held the box in his hands, his heart pounding with curiosity and hope. Little did he know, this chance encounter would indeed change the course of his life. What's more exciting than the suspense of an unopened gift? Imagine the anticipation mounting within a young boy, a boy whose life has been marked by hardship, suddenly presented with a package of unknown contents. His heart flutters like a bird caught in a whirlwind. The suspense is almost too much to bear. A gift for him? He's never had such a thing before. His hands, rough from a life of labor, tremble as they reach out to touch the box. The texture of the wrapping paper is foreign to him, a stark contrast to the familiar roughness of his daily grind. His breath catches in his throat, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. He's on an emotional roller coaster, the likes of which he's never experienced before. Slowly, he peels back the wrapping paper, revealing a simple wooden box. His heart pounds in his chest like a drum, echoing the rhythm of his anticipation. This is it, he thinks, the moment of truth. He lifts the lid and his eyes fall upon a piece of parchment. It's a deed to a vast piece of land. His eyes scan the document, confusion knitting his brow. This can't be right, he thinks. Land? For him, he's but a poor boy from a village. What use does he have for land? But then it hits him, the magnitude of what he's received. This isn't just any piece of land. It's fertile, it's valuable. His heart swells with a sense of awe and disbelief. He's not just a boy anymore, he's a landowner, His life in a blink of an eye has been irrevocably changed. He's no longer the poor village boy. He's a landowner, a man of means. His world has been turned upside down and inside out. And yet, he can't help but smile. He's been given a gift, a chance for a better life. In a matter of moments, the poor village boy had become a landowner. But, sab mo maya hai, it's all an illusion of the world, right? Isn't it fascinating how fortune can be a double-edged sword? Here we are in the heart of our tale, where our young hero finds himself in a whirlwind of new experiences, challenges, and adventures. Suddenly, he's no longer just a boy, he's a landowner, a title that comes with its fair share of responsibilities. The vast stretches of land that now bear his name are not just parcels of earth. They're his to care for, his to nurture, his to protect. But with great power, as they say, comes great responsibility. His days are filled with decisions that once seemed distant and irrelevant. He's not just picking mangoes from the trees anymore, he's deciding on the best way to cultivate the land, the most efficient irrigation systems, and the right people to trust with his newfound fortune. With every choice, he's writing the story of his legacy. The people he encounters are as varied as the Indian monsoons. There are those who approach him with genuine smiles, offering their wisdom and support. But there are also those with cunning eyes, their intentions hidden behind sweet words and promises. Navigating through these relationships becomes his daily challenge. The boy who once roamed these lands freely with nothing but dreams in his pockets now walks with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Every stone unturned, every path unexplored, every decision made is a step towards shaping his destiny. And yet, amidst all the challenges, the adventure of it all is exhilarating. Each dawn brings a promise of a new discovery. Each dusk, the satisfaction of a day well spent. But life, as unpredictable as it is, was not done throwing curveballs. Just as he starts to get a grasp on his new life, a twist awaits around the corner. A twist that would test his mettle, his courage, and his belief in himself. Indeed, fortune had turned around for our young hero, but was it all rosy? Life was about to show him. What's the biggest lesson that life can teach us about fortune and luck? An intriguing question, isn't it? Our young protagonist's journey from the humble streets to the glistening halls of wealth offers us a compelling answer. Let's rewind and revisit his journey. Born into a world of scarcity, this young lad's life was a daily struggle, yet his spirit remained unbroken. His days were filled with dreams of a better tomorrow, a tomorrow where his pockets would jingle with coins and his heart would swell with joy. One day, fortune smiled upon him, not with a meek grin, but a wide, toothy smile. A chance encounter, an unexpected discovery, and suddenly he found himself in the lap of luxury. From wearing rags to donning silks, from counting pennies to owning a fortune, his life took a dramatic turn. But did this sudden wealth bring the joy he had imagined? In the beginning it seemed so. The world was his oyster, and he reveled in his newfound status. Yet, as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, he began to realize that fortune, much like the shifting sands, can change at any moment. The glitter of gold started to lose its allure, and the emptiness within began to echo louder. That's when he understood that it's not the fortune we possess, but how we respond to it, that truly matters. Wealth can buy comfort, but not contentment. It can open doors, but it cannot guarantee happiness. The lad learned that luck and fortune are fleeting, but the wisdom gained from life's experiences is the true wealth one can possess. As they say, dan dana dan, luck bhi kabhi jana, which means wealth comes and goes. Luck too sometimes departs. So it's not about the fortune we have, but the wisdom we gain. And that, my friends, is the biggest lesson life can teach us about fortune and luck.